Hi, everyone. Welcome to the DevEx Talks podcast here at VictoriaMetrics. We are already at episode 7. Wow, time flies. And I'm still your host, Diana Toda. That doesn't change, I hope. Today we're going to talk about Merge Forward, which, if you remember and if you watched the last episodes, we kind of talked briefly about it, the mission, and specifically about neurodiversity. But today we're going to take our time. We have plenty of time, and together with my two lady guests, we're going to definitely explain everything about Merge for mission and activities, and many other things. So I'm going to just pass it to my guests, Donia and Iris. How are you?
Hello. I guess I can introduce myself first.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Iris Durmishi. I'm a CNCF ambassador and also senior observability engineer at Miro. So maybe you know me from my work in observability. I'm all over. I love observability. I talk about it every day and everywhere. I'm also one of the members of Merge Forward and currently being an active participant in several of the initiatives. And also I'm a very active member in the community here in Portugal. I'm based in Portugal, but I'm from Albania. I'm one of the organizers of KCD Porto and Cloud Native Porto.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, you are doing so much good work and really it's impressive. And we're going to get into everything later. But right now, let's hear from Donia. How are you?
Hey everyone, I'm good. I'm Donia. I'm working at Isovalent at Cisco at the moment. I'm a software engineer and part of the community team. I'm also part of the Merge Forward initiative since last KubeCon NA. And I've been participating to different initiatives I will talk about later. I'm also part of KCD Provence, which is going to happen very soon this year, and an active member in my local area in the south of France too, running meetups and tech conferences. So that's it.
Yep, exciting. So as you see, we have a lot of activities here, especially in the Merge for Cloud Native open source. We are really excited because since we debuted this initiative last year, we have been receiving an enormous amount of interest. People showing up at our community hub sessions at KubeCon, also in North America and in Europe. And not only Merge Forward, but also the smaller working groups from its umbrella. But yeah, I'll pass it to you to just fully describe, maybe for people that they don't know about Merge Forward, what is it, what it's trying to do, and current activities. You could take it yourselves, and you could always reply to each other.
Okay.
I can go. As you want, I can go. So Merford is a CNCF initiative, and the goal is to be a support to network and a safe place for people. And the idea is to learn from each other there, foster mentorship, create connections between people, of course, all around diversity. The idea also is to bring more people in the open source and to make sure that we are sustaining contributors and maintainers and bringing people on the table. We know how much it is important today to have diversity on that side also. So yeah, and there are 7 community groups if you want to talk about it, Iris.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have several groups. There is a representation for everyone. I will just mention a few of them because for the sake of time, but for example, the neurodiversity group which is led by Diana, the Women in Cloud Native, the Deaf and Hard of Hearing group. And recently, we actually were 6 until very recently. And in KubeCon, there were some very exciting conversations with some other participants that they say, okay, what about a group for people that have difficulty in moving or that are disabled but would still like to be represented? And recently we added Move It together in Merge Forward, which is amazing and shows once again how much the community can talk to each other and how much we can learn and how much bigger we can get.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. Is I heard about Merge Forward last year, but I think it was like there were already some initial groups in it. Just kind of like got a bit revamped in that sense, and we were a lot more open into gathering other communities and other initiatives. So just to like follow up on what Iris said, so we also have like the deaf and hard of hearing working group, blind and visually impaired, stuttering and speech diversity, which is something really, really cool, and deep roots, and yeah, Friends of Dorothy. And I think this is really important because every time like we started talking about it more and more at KubeCon than at other like cloud native events or Kubernetes events, and we received such a enormous, such a positive feedback. And it's interesting because people really need that, right? So there are so many professionals that really need support, and not just only support, but just to be a part of the community and have that chance to communicate with each other online, but also locally. So I wanted to ask you, like, for example, because obviously the Merge Forward is a great initiative, but how can we, let's say, motivate people to start or support us or become our allies? What type of activities does Merge Forward is doing at the moment, and maybe like in the near future? Maybe let's take it with you, Donia, if you want.
Yeah, sure. So there are different initiatives that are part of Merge Forward. At the moment, there is a buddy program that is being built where you can have mentorship to help get opportunities or CFPs, or for example, if you want to have career advices, so any kind of support that you might need. And we know how much network is important to get opportunities, especially in the cloud native workspace. So this is one of them. There is also an initiative to travel together, like to help people that are not able to travel alone, to try to travel together if you have the same connection, for example. So this is 2 examples of them. Iris, maybe you want there is one that I can mention that I've been working on, is the KubeCon on-site activities. So one of them is to have a project pavilion where we can have all the groups that are showing up during the day, and you can meet them, you can talk to them, ask questions, understand more how you can be an ally directly asking them. So that's one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. The KubeCon was my favorite part. There were so many good conversations and so many friendly hugs. It was my second KubeCon ever. I wasn't able to participate in many of them before. And the moment that I entered there, the first one, I was a bit lonely. And the moment I entered was Adonia that came and gave me a hug. And then Or came and gave me a hug. And it felt so good. It's such an amazing community. But if I were to add about the other things that we're doing, the most important part as well is to increase our presence in the community, for people to know that we exist, that we're here, that you can join us. So of course we have our art, we have the people speaking about it, like the 3 of us that we're here every time we're in a meetup, in a conference, we're talking about Merge Forward, and that has brought so many good conversations. Only recently I was part of a meetup in Amsterdam, where my company is based, and I presented the slide and people were so excited, and we had a good chat and they decided to join. So it was very important. And to add on this, we've actually been working on a new initiative recently, which is not super public yet, but me and Diana are currently leading it, to create the bridge between Merge Forward and the cloud native communities, especially the KCDs and cloud native chapters. So basically we want to make it possible so all these chapters are partnering with us, talking about Merge Forward, making their events accessible. So yeah, we're building on it. So if you are a KCD organizer or a cloud native organizer, talk to us. Let's build it together and let's make it better, because people really need to know that we exist and that we're here to support, and then together we can make the tech world better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I really like what you pointed out, Donia and Iris, and it's true. We are working more and more to partner, let's say, with the cloud native events, and this is important. We already received like more interest from other CNCF ambassadors, and they join us in being, let's say, ambassadors for Merge Forward as well. This is really important. and working with local organizations or organizers also helped us, partner more and more. And we saw that actually members or allies from this group can actually, how can I say, they are more motivated to participate in these events, right? Because like, okay, then this event is partnering with Merge Forward, then I know that I could go there, be with, let's say, with my community, feel okay to talk about these topics, and definitely receive support. So this is highly important. We are trying right now, let's say, to see how we can make these events more accessible for people with different disabilities, but for other, let's say, unseen disabilities as well, as events tend to be quite exhausting, right, and quite overloading. But yeah, baby steps, as we say. Always is good to start modest, but take it from there. So definitely, it's a very nice initiative to look in the long run. And what I really, really liked is that right now that we are trying to scale, and keep the momentum going and talk with as many people as possible. We also received a lot of requests for local meetups. So this is something interesting that popped up to one of the neurodiversity monthly things. And someone there has actually asked, like, oh, it would be very nice to make a poll or to start asking, like, who is in my region, who is in my town, how can we get together, how we can start our own local meetups about these topics. And I think this is wonderful. So if you're going to watch this episode or if you're going to join later Merge Forward, please don't be shy. Try to ping us. Try to say, hey, I'm from this location. I would like to pair up with somebody and keep the momentum going. Most people are, let's say, pretty shy, but when you are like 2 or 3 or 4, then you're like, oh, you get excited, and definitely something beautiful can happen. So just to go back a bit to March for the initiatives. So besides the, let's say, the what we do consistently right now are our online meetings, right? We are trying to be very present at KubeCon. We are trying to have these community hub sessions at KubeCon, right? How do you think things are going to look for KubeCon Salt Lake City? Like what worked in terms of community hub sessions or pavilion at KubeCon Amsterdam, and what do you think we should do better, obviously, in your opinion, for Salt Lake City?
If I were to share my opinion, I think the presence of Merge Forward was very strong in KubeCon Europe, and it felt great, and it had great feedback. So if I would say something that would happen in Salt Lake is that we need more presence. We had limited time, let's say, especially in the community booths. We have so many groups that need to be represented, so many people that would like to stop by and say hi, to learn about Merge Forward. So there was little time. Hopefully there's going to be more in Salt Lake City, because yeah, Merge Forward is really taking off. There's a lot of interest right now. So yeah, we need time, we need more representation.
Excellent.
Yeah, I would add also that in terms of representation, one thing that worked really well is to have one of the member that was on the keynote stage that showed up like on the big screen in front of everyone, one slide about Merge Forward. So I think that's a great way to be visible to a lot of people at a very key moment at KubeCon. One thing that we've been trying, and I hope it's going to work at some point, is to have our logo on the t-shirts of the KubeCon, so we can be actually present on everyone and very visible also. And I think another thing that is important is about sponsorship. So we had some companies helping, like for example, we had Brian that has been sponsoring the party event with an escape game, doing like Kubernetes and like platform stuff. So technical and at the same time networking things. And sponsorship is very important for t-shirt, for example, if you want to have more visibility, or just to invest some money in some like visibility presence. So I think that if you have a company that is interesting to join Merge Forward and you're listening to this podcast, that would be amazing.
Yeah, excellent, Donia. Now, I really like this part because it's I mean, we are doing, like these activities, but obviously we need to thrive and we need the help of the community. And as we said, we need more visibility. So besides also the sponsoring opportunities, if you are a podcaster, right? If you have your own podcast or you are a content creator or yeah, anything in that sense, marketing related and you want to help, even if it's, like just a small segment or it's temporary or you want to bring us like have us like guests to your podcast or do a technical talk for example with one of our allies about something that would be amazing. We are always looking to raise this visibility and if you could do let's say chip in, let's say with a small segment, that would be amazing. We have great, let's say, great minds within our working groups. Lots of people, obviously, we are professionals working in tech, and we have great software engineers and a different type of professionals in tech. It would be nice, to have different talks, even on tech topics from these underrepresented groups. That's also another way to contribute and be our ally. So yeah, let's hope with time this is gonna expand. That'll be really, really great. So I know that many people, have thought like, okay, I'm right now people that know about Merge Forward and, they started to join. Like what I always hear, for example, for neurodiversity is like, oh, I've been neurodivergent all my life. It's like, it's really great that finally there is such a group, right? Or we have these 7 groups. We have women in cloud native. Obviously, we are all 3 women. Uh, exactly. So, how, for example, I wanted to ask you, like personally, to which group you belong, and like what kind of activities do you do in that group, and like maybe what events, and how do you see this progressing in the future?
Yeah, if I speak to about myself, I'm part of the cloud native women in cloud native. Of course, I'm a woman. I love to see representation. I like to see all the events that women are included in. But most of my part is on the Merge Forward mission. In general, I'm an ally of everyone. I'm in all the groups. I see all the activity. I cheer on all the achievements. But yeah, mostly my focus is on the women in cloud native. And I try to bring the mission and what we're learning and what we're doing to the community here. Every time that I see a talk from a woman submitted in KCD, for example, or Cloud Native, we're cheering. I have my co-lead here in Porto is also Elia. She's also part of Merge Forward and contributing a lot. Every time we're messing each other, we're like, yay, another one. Oh my God, more representation, because it's something worth celebrating. So yeah, I try to bring all that back here, all the enthusiasm, all we're learning, and seeing that yes, we are like strong women, we're empowered, we're learning much from each other, but it's very important to bring the message because so many have not heard it yet that we are awesome. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is the best way to describe the goal, but yeah, we're women, we're amazing, we need to be represented, we need to be speaking more and share our expertise.
Totally. How about you, Donia? Like,
It started also in the Women in Cloud Native group. I was part of it. I gave a talk for one of their event for the 10 years of CNCF, and I helped to run the community session at Last KubeCon NA also with the leaders of the community. And I just also cheer up all the time when they're posting. So what is interesting in the Women in Cloud Native is that each time there is a woman posting a content or an article, like she's posting in there and everyone is just sharing up and like go reading their blog post or whatever. And I feel that's absolutely amazing to make sure that there is this support. Like it's all about supporting each other. It's not about like jealousy or stuff like that at all. It's a lot of like kind people and helping each other. There is also people posting about jobs, so it's also important because again I mentioned the network, and I think that if you go through someone directly, you have more chance to get a job. So you can reach out to people there even if you're looking for a job. And I'm part of the Merge Forward, so I'm also in relationship to other communities. I'm also very close to the LGBTQI plus community, so that's very important to my heart. I try to cheer up also in the Slack channel every time I can, and it's very new for me, but I participate to the sign language crash course last to KubeCon ago, and I started learning sign language. I did an interview with Anastasia. She is a CNCF ambassador, and she's the first deaf ambassador. And I was trying to talk to her with all the signs that I've been learning, and that was really cool to be able to do that. So that's how I try to be an ally and part of the communities at the same time. Of course, being part of Merford initiative and trying to help on activities is a key for me to see what's happening in general in terms of diversity, and trying to take things from one group to another and make sure that what is building in a group can help the others.
Yeah. I mean, I totally echo what both of you said, and it's really, really nice. Is like in the end, we kind of like intertwine, right? We kind of intersect with all of these activities, and it's, well, what we do best is support each other. That's very, very true. And we keep supporting each other's groups. And obviously, right now, because we kind of like all know each other in that sense, we became more like a very close community, right? So we support each other's work, we support each other's initiatives. Even if somebody has wrote an article or has participated in a podcast, given a talk, we kind of like cheer each other. And I think this is really beautiful. This is the type of model we like to see, this type of, let's say, recurrent activities that we want. And I think this brings a very, how can I say, very nice mentality in the open source, in the general open source community, because in the end, we need to support each other about the jobs, about the activities that we are doing, being the first on a specific task or on a specific role. And that's something like mentally, it's very, very supportive, right? Gives very, very good positive vibes. And it matters a lot, right? It matters a lot when, let's say, you are alone or where you're struggling or you're doing the first steps into something. Just having that support from the community really means a lot. And yes, it's true. It's also one of my reasons that I joined neurodiversity, because it's how can I say, it's a very silent type of disability, or I wouldn't say necessarily a disability, but it's a silent way of referring to yourself, right? It's not something that we normally see. Many people are neurodivergent, sorry. Many people don't talk about it, XYZ issues at the workplace. But once this group has initiated, more people started to talk about it, more people started to give like patterns or like working, what worked for them, throughout their careers. And I think this is what is really important, right? The fact that you're not alone, the fact that other people are there and they're supportive, it's huge. It's really nice. But so what you're taking from here right now is that we are very open, as you see. We have all the support from CNCF, from ambassadors, from many people that join us, and you don't necessarily have to identify with these groups, but you can just be an ally, right? And even if you are a manager, or somebody that wants to support these initiatives and the professionals at work, we need also your help, right? So important. We got this feedback a lot from neurodiversity, from managers that want to empower neurodivergent people, but I'm pretty sure this is very true for the other working groups. How I can empower these professionals, how I can change my onboarding, how I can change myself or my leadership style, right? And I think this is also very sensitive, and is very good that they are thinking about this. So we want to see more of this type of involvement, more of these questions, definitely to be able to provide more resources for both sides, right? So for the professionals and for the leadership that want to support them. And yeah, this is what we are doing right now. I hope you can join us. You can be at the online events local events, KubeCon, whatever, all the major events. And I want to slowly dive into your activities as CNCF ambassadors, as women in cloud native, as you said very nicely, because there's a lot more to cover, right? You are both inspiring, very inspiring ladies. You're doing great work, right? And probably you don't get to hear that a lot in your daily lives. So what are you currently doing? I know that I know bits and pieces of you, right? So let's not be shy. We can talk about it at length. I know, for example, you, Donia, that you're working a lot with the Cilium CNCF project, right? If I'm not mistaken, with eBPF. You are also book author. You're also organizing events. You're also mother. Oh my God. Like, dude, you're a hero, right? So let's hear it from you.
Yeah. People sometimes ask me, like, how are you doing all of that? I'm sometimes overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so I'm working mainly on Cilium/eBPF. I'm not currently doing much contributions because I'm more on the content creation side. But I gave talks about like eBPF mostly this year to just deep dive into the technology more and understand more what it is, to demystify it and go deeper so people can actually use it. My new topic of the year is eBPF for GPU. I've been geeking out with GPU and just trying to figure out how I can observe GPU activities while doing AI stuff. So this is my new hobby for this year. Otherwise, I've been co-writing a book to learn Go. It has been a year since it's out now, and it's a project that I did with two former colleagues, Aliénor Latour and Pascal Bertrand. They're actually two of my best friends, and we started writing this book to work back together because we were missing each other. So we wrote this book called Learn Go with Pocket-Sized Projects at Manning. And each chapter is a project where you can build a full like little tool or something that is standalone, and you're learning while you're coding, which is very interesting in our day-to-day life, I would say, in 2026, because people are vibe coding a lot. So I still do believe that it's important to understand, if you really want to learn a language, to learn from the basics and to make sure your brain is functioning and like just getting all of that in your brain, you know? So some people would say that our book is obsolete. Some would say that it's still like on point, but that's very interesting. Anyway, it was a very cool process to write this book. I learned a lot about Go at the same time, and yeah, I'm just very excited today that we have this baby all together. And otherwise, I run Google Developer Group Meetup. It has been 4 years now, and we have been doing meetups more or less regularly, I would say, depending on the bandwidth with the local community. But that's amazing because I got to meet a lot of the tech community here in the south of France. And I'm now part of the KCD Provence. It's going to be our first year organizing a KCD in the area. It will happen the 10th of December, and it's in Aix-en-Provence, which is a beautiful city. I mean, the south of France is beautiful anyway, so yeah. And we are looking for speakers. Our CFP is open, and we are also looking for sponsors. We visited the venue that we want last week, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So for sponsors and like just people. So we are very, very excited to have the community coming together in France. We don't have a lot of big cloud native events in France. I mean, KubeCon happened once in Paris, but yeah, so we are very, very excited for that. And On the side, I'm also a podcast producer for Apricot International, which is a company placing Palestinian and MENA people in the tech field. So I actually record a podcast for them, interviewing talents and companies.
This is amazing. So have you taken notes, everyone, right? So this is how you should do it. Yeah, Iris, take our minds away, blow our minds away.
Well, I'm a bit of in awe from both of you. I admire you both and your careers. I just wanted to say that here. I'm not doing as much as you, Donia. Now it's, after you speaking, I feel like, oh my God, I need to do more. I'm joking, of course.
No.
Yeah. I'm really know all both of you. I follow your work, and of course, so we've met in person. So yeah, you're both amazing. Just wanted to bring this here before I continue. But about me, so I'm an SRE by trade. I'm an individual contributor, so my day-to-day work is coding, tech things. So yeah, I work a lot on that, and my focus right now, and actually for most of my career, has been observability. So that being said, I have positioned myself in the community in the role of an end user. So my role has always been to advocate for different technologies that we use, not just like randomly, okay, I see something, I think it's cool, but things that we actually use, that we try, the good and the bad, sharing our experience, our learnings, because my company is also very big. So we get a lot of learnings from our data. So yeah, I'm always speaking in events and meetups about technology things, but also observability as a culture, because it's way beyond just the tech and the technology that we're using and the tools that you're using, which are mostly open source, of course. So yeah, I've become a big advocate of observability as like a central pillar of any type of development in companies, and the culture that you have to harvest with it, especially right now. And I'm like, okay, I'm right, because I've always been talking about this and people wouldn't believe me, but observability is becoming like more and more central, especially now with AI. So there I am everywhere talking about it, saying I'm right. But it's very important to talk about this. And what I've learned from all these years about sharing my experience and my expertise in the community is that there are many organizations, many engineering organizations that are in different levels of adopting things. So sharing your experience, advice, technical expertise is very important to keep using these open source technologies. It doesn't matter which one it is. It could be, for example, for cloud native or not. It's very important. So this kind of advocacy has been my main priority in the community. And then, of course, community building. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm one of the organizers of Cloud Native Porto. It's actually our second year. Not that long, but we started it and we've had already around 10 meetups since we started last year. We try to do once a month or once every 2 months, and we've seen a lot of the community come together. And I've noticed also that Cloud Native Porto has become a hub for newcomers. It's very easy to find, and it gives the vibe, I don't know if I like the word, but it gives the impression that it's an open community, and every meetup we have somebody that just moved to town and wants to meet and share their story. So it's great. We had our last meetup just recently, 2 days ago, and there were so many new faces that had just moved to Portugal. So yeah, it's a great place to share our expertise, but also to do community building, to support each other, to move forward with the Merge Forward mission. So, any chance that we get. And on top of that, I'm also a KCD Porto organizer, and it's exciting because it's our third year, and we decided to go big this year. We are a tier 2 KCD. We're going to up to 500 attendees. So it's been very exciting. We grew in the first year we tried to, and we didn't really succeed to have a KCD when I was involved. The second year we managed, and then we had the second edition and then the third edition now. So we have a new venue. I'm sorry, Donia, but I also had to brag here because our venue is also amazing. We're surrounded by some beautiful gardens. There are peacocks, birds. It's perfect synergy with nature. And we're also looking for speakers. Our call for paper is open until July 15th. So please do submit. We're also looking for sponsors, of course. But yeah, it's an amazing event. We are known for our good food. when we're thinking of KCD, we're like, okay, we're going to have very good content, but also very good food. And that's one thing I've learned, that bring the good food and the community comes together, and the good wine, of course, because we're in Portugal. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, especially in the community side. Very, very proud of what we're building here in Portugal. We have some amazing people that are working with us here, and we welcome everyone. We would love to have as many members of Merge Forward that would like to come and speak or give some sort of class. Just be present there, or if you'd like to give a technical talk, or if you just want to be with the Portuguese community, yeah, message me, or you have our website. It really is an amazing community gathering.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is like, I can attest, this is not, us backing each other's, statements, but I can attest I've been in both Portugal and obviously France. I've been to Cloud Native Days France, actually, in February this year. Such an amazing community. It's really, really huge. So you wouldn't see that, but it was like a very nice venue, very big, a lot of speakers, a lot of very interesting, sponsors and companies, and a lot of young people. This is what I like a lot of young people, very interested. So definitely Cloud Native and KCD events are super important. So there is no way you're gonna brag too much about it. So please brag away. That's something really nice to see, and definitely we need more support and more of this allotted time to speak about it. And yes, I'm really excited about the KCD Provence. Like every new chapter is important because obviously it raises more visibility. It's not just a capital that's important, but other areas of a country. And it's really nice. You can apply both in French and in English, I think, Donia. So there is no restriction about that. And yeah, this is really nice. French food and French wine is also really, really good. And yeah, I can say also for Portugal the same beautiful things, because I just came like from let's say a conference that was next to Porto, Coimbra, and wow, I was like blown away, man. I was blown away because obviously the food and the wine, yes, of course, but also the very welcoming people. I mean, Portuguese people are very, very welcoming, and they're very, very hungry for information, very hungry for technology, very hungry for everything. A lot of young people, a lot of young professionals. So definitely you'll fit in perfectly. And yeah, I'm really excited about all these chapters that come up in different areas of the world. You guys are doing an amazing work, and it's definitely important to brag about it and talk about it, because I guess more people don't feel being shy about it, but just take control, apply, be there. Even as an attendee, you will not lose anything. The worst thing that can happen is you're gonna have fun and good food and good wine. So there you go. Great. So this was like me preaching to you that Cloud Native events and open source events are really cool, and communities around them are really, really exciting. What I wanted to chat with you maybe about, if you have any other personal projects or anything else that you like to share, obviously that you want support maybe, or you want like more visibility. Yeah, now is the time.
Well, about me, personal projects, I'm actually about projects that I want people to get involved. I'm very loud about it. And fortunately, I found some very good communities, including Merge Forward, I cannot say it enough, that support me on all the ideas that I have when it comes to communities. But yeah, usually my personal projects are gardening, taking care of my cats. That, yeah, I don't really need a lot of shout out. Yeah, not much. Honestly, I'm very, very loud. That's one good thing that I like about myself when it comes to things that I'm trying to build and to push forward. I'm usually very loud, and I found very good communities that are supporting me and constantly spreading the word about it.
Perfect. Donia, you want to say something?
Yeah, I've been doing a project of a Tamagotchi on Gopher Badge, so on a microcontroller. There are maybe people here that knows me for my Tiny Go talks on my hen house, and from a few years ago, and I'm part of the TinyGo community. And I was writing an article for a French magazine, a tech French magazine called Programmer. And I actually got this opportunity at Cloud Native Days in Paris because I met the guy that was doing editing for the magazine. And this is someone from the Merge Forward initiative that introduced me to him. So you see the loop. And I've been working on it like the last week. So I have a little Tamagotchi now working on a microcontroller that is a little gopher. And I was just very excited. And I just did this article for kids edition for this summer so they can build their own Tamagotchi. And I have my YouTube channel too that I want to develop. I posted a vlog about KCD Prague last week. So if you're curious, you can find me on YouTube. And this is something that I really want to do, like to develop more video content, because I like to talk to people and I feel like people are consuming videos more than readings. And yeah, hopefully this year I'm going to try to make more videos.
Yeah, I mean, this is like both of you, like really exciting. I know you're like really good developer advocates in that sense for your own tech, for your own initiatives, for Merge Forward, for everything cloud native. And yeah, what I like is like you are both very technical, right? So it's like, okay, you are definitely, you know, not just like pretty women, but you're like, you know your stuff in tech. And that's something like, it's important to stress, about women in tech, that they are technical, so that's something that I always like to say. And yeah, from my side, I also want to stress the fact that besides the Merge Forward involvement, we just wrapped up a very nice edition at Cloud Native Days Romania. So there you go, another community that's located in Eastern Europe, in Bucharest. This was our third edition, so definitely we got a lot more involvement. We were Merge Forward's community partner, and this was really nice. We had, I think, a couple of Merge Forward ambassadors as speakers as well, and it was really nice, having the Merge Forward template there, that everybody could see, everybody could join, asking questions. Definitely people were interested in that. So definitely let's keep doing the good work on that. And if you are interested, like we've been talking so far, in becoming a partner, and you have an event, you're a podcaster, or you want to sponsor anything related to Merge Forward or Cloud Native, just ping us, ping Iris, ping Donia, ping our Slack channels, right? Exactly, the CNCF Slack channels. We have the Merge Forward Slack channel, and obviously all the other subgroups. And you could always find us online. Don't worry, I will add all the description. All the community pages on CNCF, all the websites, all the Slack channels, URLs in the description of this episode. So definitely check them when you're gonna see this recording. And yeah, I want to wrap it up with a nice conclusion. Definitely, this is going, we see a lot more involvement. This is going strong, so we are here to stay. This is the main conclusion I would add. There are so many things you can get involved with, just a tiny thing, even if you're going to show up, and even if you want to contribute or have a question, or you're going to tell your neighbor about it, it still counts. And hopefully we can see you the next event or online. That's really, really important for us. And please talk to as many people as you can about Merge Forward and Cloud Native. And yeah, this has been great. I'd like to thank you, ladies, Donia and Iris, again for the wonderful discussion. You are two great models. And I hope we, can give you the same positive vibes that you can continue in your road. And that's it. Thank you. And I will let you say goodbye, both of you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you a lot, Diana.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.